What's up, guys? Gaonan here, and welcome to episode 14 of Drafting to Masters. In the last episode, we made a lot of progress climbing through Diamond, and hopefully we can finish it off with this draft. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, I've included those in the top right corner for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So pack one, pick one. We've got Long Barrel, we've got Learned Herbalist, we've got Master at Arms, Blade Whirl, and Peacekeeper's Helm. Those are the cards you should be looking at. Now, of those cards, I think Master at Arms is probably the strongest. I do like Long Barrel because it has some removal aspect to it. Same with Peacekeeper's Helm, but I still think I'm just going to take Master at Arms here and see where the draft takes us. Master at Arms is just so versatile because it's good on flyers, it's good on guys on the ground to make them bigger than your opponent's guys, so Master at Arms it is. Here we've got Welding Torch, another Blade Whirl, Clan Standard is also very good. I think those are the three cards you should be looking at here. I'm much more partial to Welding Torch than I am Clan Standard, so I think this would totally be a preference pick if I do pick Welding Torch here, but maybe I should just take Clan Standard in this spot. Both of them don't turn into removal until late game, so I think it's reasonable to pick either one. So I guess I'm going to take Clan Standard here, just go out of the box a little bit on this one. Well, this is pretty nice, a pretty late living example that probably means time is open. There's even Lumen Attendant as well, so I think either one of those is very reasonable. The fire cards are terrible, so kind of glad we didn't take Welding Torch, but it is still very early. And then the Justice card's also not that exciting, so definitely think it's just living example here. Resolute Paladin's pretty good, Living Offering is also good, and Primeval Plover fills a slot as well. So I think any of these three is the right place to be. And for me, I'm just going to take Living Offering since it guarantees you some tribute. There are plenty of guys in both of these colors that you want a tribute. So Living Offering makes sense. And Silence is actually just good pseudo removal, so I like that too. A second Clan Standard seems pretty good. Other choices are just something like Subterranean Sentry or Arbalest. I think I'm just going to take another Clan Standard here. Don't think we'll play Harmless Question, so we'll just take Guard Dog here, the 3-drop for 3, or the 3/3 for 3 I should say. Parma could be okay. Could also take Shamanic Blast or Shiver. None of these cards are very exciting for us. For me, I'll just take the Parma and keep it moving. We'll take the Gale Prowler here. Pensive Lumen is a good pickup as well. Ruination. This is a really late Ruination Sledge. We'll take that. And some filler cards and more filler. Well, this is unfortunate because the two strongest cards in the pack are both in off colors for us. World Pyre Phoenix, I would say, is a pretty big bomb. Moonlit Gargoyle is definitely a step down from that. Don't think Twinning Ritual is that exciting for us. And definitely don't have enough guys with 2 battle skills to make Meditation Trainer worth it. I think you hardly ever have enough guys to make this one worth it. Jump Kick is an okay trick, and then there's just like Cobalt Waystone. We did get a very late Ruination Sledge. Maybe we should be in fire. I'm gonna pick the World Pyre Phoenix here because I don't think we're missing out on anything else that is really valuable for us, so World Pyre Phoenix it is. So we could just take Island's Choice. We've also got Snowcrest Yeti, which is a okay 2-drop. There's even Argenport Soldier, which is nice. So I think any of those are reasonable here. There's Island's Choice as well, which is probably stronger than the rest, but I really don't think we're going to end up in Huru. I think we're more likely to end up with Time and something else, so Island's Choice would end up being a splash. I think we'll just take the strongest card in Island's Choice here. But I think picking Argenport Soldier is quite reasonable as well. So we'll take Island's Choice. Alright, Nocturnal Creeper holds the ground for you. I think it's probably the best card also, besides maybe Extinguish, but we have no shadow cards, so Nocturnal Creeper it is. Bold Adventurer is a very good 2-drop in Time. We've also got Mirror Image, Violent Gust. I think it's definitely one of those three. And I think I'm just going to take the solid 2-drop here in Bold Adventurer. Okay, so we do have some decent Justice cards coming through with Copper Hall Porter and Strength of Many. Grenadin Drone is a reasonable 1-drop as well. Don't really like either Spiketail or Wild Rider here, and Skycrag Banner doesn't help us fix for anything we really want to fix for. For me, I'm going to just pick Copper Hall Porter, pick a solid 2-drop that can trade and draw us another card. Make sure we hit our power, so we'll take Copper Hall Porter here. Wow, seems like Shadow must be wide open. Here we will take Strength of Many over Violent Gust. This spell is a good removal card, so we'll take that. Gundown is a pretty good card. Don't think we're gonna be able to splash it. Don't think we'd play Backlash. Voyaging Lumen and Alchemical Blast might have a spot in our deck, but it's pretty early to say that. Given what we look like right now, I think it's okay to pick Alchemical Blast. Combray is usually a faction that's pretty light on removal, so I'll take the Alchemical Blast over Lumen here. So this would help us splash a Shadow card. Not super excited about that. Would we play Town Watchman? Maybe. Emerald Waystone is okay as well. We'll just take Town Watchman for some top end at this point. And then some quick filler cards here. I guess we'll take Privilege of Rank, even though Rakano Banner could help us splash like Ruination Sledge or Welding Torch. Ooh, man. Champion of Wisdom, Torch. But I think Scorpion Wasp is just better than both of those since it's in our colors at this point. I think Scorpion Wasp is just the strongest card for our deck. If we had moved a little more into fire, maybe taking Torch here would have made the most sense. I don't think our primal is strong enough for even Champion of Wisdom to drag us down that hole. But our Justice isn't that exciting. I mean, our time is good. Our time is what's holding us down right now. So I think we know we're in time, but maybe our second color we really don't know yet. The only great Justice card we have is Master at Arms, whereas in Fire we have World Pyre Phoenix and Ruination Sledge. We'll still take Scorpion Wasp here. We know we're going to be in time, and we'll keep an eye out to see, should we move into a different lane. The Justice cards are very unexciting. There's no good time card here for us either. So we could take Unpredictable Outlaw, Snowcrest Yeti, Direwood Prowler. I don't think we have any good shadow cards, so we should really be looking at fire cards here. So I am going to take Unpredictable Outlaw here, as I think it's better than everything else that we could pick. So we could have a second Unpredictable Outlaw, we could have Rampage, Rampage seems pretty reasonable here over a second unpredictable outlaw, but if we were to take a Legion banner, we would only be splashing for the clan standards probably. Or we could be in the Combray splashing the primal for Island's Choice and clan standards if we took banner here. Our justice just isn't that strong. If we did take a Legion banner, we could play the clan standard. Those would be pretty awkward though if you got like just 2 clan standards in your starting hand, so I think I'm just going to take Rampage. Granite Acolyte is good for us. Predator's Instinct is nice. Spell is playable as well. For me, I think we need bodies, so I'm going to take Granite Acolyte here. And since we don't have any 4-drops yet, I think it makes sense to take Audacious Bandit. That's a really late Slush Dumper too, but I don't think our Primal is good enough, so Audacious Bandit it is. Bold Adventurer is another good 2-drop. Now there's Minotaur Oathkeeper, but I think we're too far down the fire path to go back to Justice. Another Dispel's pretty good. We could take Guerrilla Fighter. What's our unit count right now? Yeah, we really need units pretty badly, so I think we have to take Guerrilla Fighter here over a second Dispel, even though a second Dispel would be nice. Bright Mace Paladin. I guess the banner. And now all Justice cards. Dang it, are we gonna get forced back into Justice? We'll take Legionnaire. Autopilot picks. This is so awkward. So really we need to prioritize units over just about everything else at this point. Purge Leader I think is pretty good top end, so we'll take that over Saddle Up. Like I said, we need to prioritize units over everything else. Crest of Glory seems good here. Stinging Wind actually. We'll just take this because we know we're in time, we know we're going to play it. So, I mean, we would play Crest either way as well, but we still need bodies, so Stinging Wind it is. Could take another Pensive Lumen here, could take Subterranean Sentry. Sentry would give us some beef at the top end, but I think another Lumen is fine. Once again, we know we're in time, so as long as we're picking time cards, I think we're okay. Illumination Wisp is very good 2-drop. I like it quite a bit. Other option here is like Hot Blood or Rotor Cycle, but I'm just going to take Illumination Wisp since we know we're in time. Petition does give us some fixing. There's also War Painter, which is nice, and Sky Crew is decent for flood protection as well, so let's take out each half, you know, either the Justice half or the Fire half, look at the deck, see where we're at, and I think that'll help us decide what to do from this point forward. So with taking out the Fire side, we look pretty good. We've got 16 units at the moment, so very reasonable with the Justice side. Let's see where we're at on the Fire side of things. Yeah, the Fire side of things is just looking quite a bit weaker because we've got a lot less cards in Fire. So we've got 14 units in Fire. Not terrible, but I mean, it's really all hinging on World Pyre Phoenix if we go the Fire side. I think we're strong enough on the Justice side to go that direction. So I think it just makes sense to take Sky Crew here as flood protection. We'll be playing something like Privilege of Rank, so we're likely to get up to high levels of power. So I think Sky Crew makes sense. Spiteful Lumen is very good, and I think we'll pick it here. And then no Justice or Time cards come through. Take Drifter. Grave Tender might make the deck. Calligrapher's okay. Don't want to play Elementalist. Maybe we play Gathering Lights. And hold up. So we're pretty low on playables at the moment. We play Gathering Lights. That's 18 power in the deck. And I think it's just even worse if we switch to Fire, but let's look at it just to make sure. Yeah, we just made the switch to fire too late. I think it probably was where we were supposed to be, but we just made the switch too late, I think. So sadly, we have to play a weaker Combre deck. Maybe we play Tinker over Sirocco Elementalist. 'Cause there are a lot of things if they get pumped that we're pretty happy about. It's pretty sad to play Tinker in my deck, but I think it's reasonable given where we ended up. So the last thing to do is get power add to the deck. 9-8 split seems reasonable. We've got Porter and Privilege of Rank to help us get our extra justice. We only have 2 double justice cards with Purge Leader and Master at Arms. So plan is to stall out on the ground and then win in the air hopefully, or win with Sky Crew and stuff like that. So I think this, even though the deck is fairly weak, I think it has a good plan and has the ability to win. Just want to close out this drafting and deck building video by saying thank you for joining me for this portion of the episode. I hope you enjoyed seeing kind of the back and forth, me getting pulled in 2 directions and ultimately ending up with a weaker deck because of it. Hopefully this helps you learn when this is happening to yourself as well, because it happens to everybody. So next, we'll move into the games video. I hope you'll join me for that and see how the deck actually performs.